Hey guys, Dissection of Violence here. We got another one for you. Let's get right into it. We got a bunch. I don't even know how many fights. We got a lot of fights though to get through. Let's start off. We got Markel Mederos versus Mark Choinski. I think Mederos wins. I feel like he'll be the more crisp striker on the outside. Um, I hear good things about Choinski. Apparently, he is improving in the striking very rapidly. Uh, I just don't know if he'll be good enough to hang with Mederos. Mederos has been, I don't know. I don't want to say picking and choosing his matchups, but it's been weird how he's been like pulling out and going back in. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I think Mederos has taken hard fight because this isn't an easy fight. So it's like, how can you say he's ducking hard fights? Because this guy is technically a guy he should beat, but it's not an easy fight. So I think Mederos wins, but definitely closer than what the odds have it. If people were to bet this fight, you probably got to sprinkle on the dog because I think it's a closer to a pick'ems. I have him as like negative 125 at most. So I don't know. I can't see him going. He hasn't really done much. Negative 150, I would say most. Like I don't really. I don't think he's shown to be. Like I know Austin Hubbard's a good win, but I don't know if it's warranted to give him this price. Like negative 200 is pretty bad if you ask me. I think Chowinski will fight for your money, and I think it should be again closer to negative 125. So I'm gonna go with Markel Madero slightly, but value wise, it's like I don't know. You have to maybe take a sprinkle on the dog. Pass fight for me. We'll see. Moving on, we have Quillen Salkilld versus Yanal Ashmouz. I think Quillen Salkilld wins this fight. I think he's just a technically more superior striker. Um, he's got pretty good grappling. Um, I've seen him face some guys like Brett Pastor. Um, if you look at his record, he's fought guys like the legend Anshul Jubilee, finished him. Demarfan finished him. He's finished a lot of these guys. He's very, very dangerous. You know, Ashmouz can be hurt, but he's training with a lot of guys in Habib's camp. So I don't really know exactly who wins this fight, but I do think Ashmouz is definitely dangerous. He swings hard. He beat Trevor Peak. He lost to Chris Duncan. He was injured for Chris Duncan, so I guess we could throw that one out. Other than that, I don't know. He's dangerous. He has dangerous KO power, but other than that, I do think Quillen Salkilld is the technically superior fighter, well-rounded. He's more well-rounded. You never know though. This could play out very close, so I wouldn't go and bet this fight. Salkilld again has faced some pretty good grapplers, decent strikers. We'll see. I don't know who wins this fight to be honest. Or I know who wins this fight, but I don't know who to bet on because Salkilld I think Salkilld is honestly just the better fighter. Um, but we'll see. At these odds, it's a pass. Um, but yeah, I think Salkilld wins. I think the odds are wide though, so take that with what you may. Moving on, we have Jekka Saragih versus Ju Sang Yu. I think Ji Sang Yu is pretty skilled. He has nice striking, nice counter game. The problem with Ju Sang Yu is he hasn't really fought anybody, and this is basically a road to UFC fight. So me with road to UFC is no bueno. So I'm just gonna take it easy with this one. I see he has a win over Matsuda Kawana, who is a road to UFC participant. He has a win over Ronaldo Texan, who's a good grappler. So I'm not really worried about him getting taken down here. It's more so getting KO'd. He can be very hittable. So I'm gonna go Ji Sang Yu, but The odds are a bit crazy, so it's like I can't really touch this spot. This is a really, really volatile fight. Um, yeah, Jack Saragih, Indonesian MMA. Not much I need to say. Probably one of the worst MMA in the game next to Indian MMA. It's just not good. So I gotta go with Ji Sang Yu. But we'll move on from this one because again, Road to UFC is not my thing. Moving on, we have Kong Wang versus Ariane Lipski da Silva. Speaking of Road to UFC, Kong Wang is fighting Ariane Lipski, who is honestly fighting for her job. She got caught after her loss with Jasmine, so now they gave her another chance. Um, Nearly a year later, not a year, but like good while. And Kong Wang, I feel like is very, very dangerous on the feet, very, very powerful on the feet. I feel like she's gonna KO Ariane Lipski. On the ground, it's probably Ariane Lipski, but I wouldn't be surprised if Kong Wang dominates the top from top position in some instances where she lands on top. I don't know. I think Kong Wang is by far the more down and skilled striker. As long as she doesn't get caught on the feet, which she should be pretty aware of by now. She seemed pretty aware in her last fight. I think Ariane Lipski loses this fight by TKO in the first or second round. I don't know. It's a pass fight for me, women's MMA. But I think Conklin gets it done. Moving on, we have Chaos Williams versus Andreas Gustafsson. Andreas Gustafsson, absolute savage. Guy brings it every time. Good cage work, good elbows, knees. Problem with him is he's not very technically good on the feet in the open. His striking isn't that good. Um, Chaos Williams isn't technical either, but I don't know, he knows how to find punches, find places for his punches to land. I think Chaos Williams could probably KO Gustafsson. I feel like the odds replicate that. Gustafsson's there to be hit. Chaos hits very hard. Um, I could see this fight getting sweaty, so Gustafsson by split or something like that is very likely. Chaos Williams can be submitted by high level black belts. I don't think Gustafsson is that, so I think it's going to be a TKO if Gustafsson finishes. So yeah, I got to go with Chaos though. I think Chaos is going to find the chin. I think Gustafsson is too hittable, and I honestly don't rate his skill set that highly. I know there was moments of the fight where someone else who was not very good was dogging him. It was in that fight that won him so much notoriety. I can't even say some of these words. Noria, notoriety, notoriety. Jesus, Murphy. Notoriety. There you go. It was against Tony Lampinen. He eventually got the TKO, but that was just an absolute war. I think Kyle Williams gets it done though. You can't give him that many chances to KO you. I feel like he'll find the chin. Moving on, we have Sergey Spivac versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. I'm torn, man. This is a hard fight to call. I think Sergey Spivac is the better grappler by far, and this is a good, you know, good rule of mine to bet against. I mean, I know Waldo is Dominican, but it's still, I'm from the Caribbean as well, so technically I'm black too. I You gotta take Spivac by sub just out of principle, but I think if Spivac doesn't get the sub, he's going to get KO'd. And I think Waldo is has decent hips. The only problem is Sergey doesn't shoot on the hips. He shoots upper body. He shoots to get to your waist for your upper body work, and he has beautiful upper body. You know, throws, trips. I think he can definitely get Acosta down, find a submission. So I think Spivak early, and then Waldo if you notice Spivak's getting tired. So I'm gonna go Spivak. I'm gonna switch my pick. I'm gonna go Spivak, but I'm not confident. This is a very, very close heavyweight fight. But if Spivak gets him down, this could look like a negative 400. So big pass. Uh, my pick is Spivak here. Moving on, we have Brenson Ribeiro versus Azamat Murzakanov. Uh, I gotta go Azamat. It's a hard fight for me to call just because of how Brenson Ribeiro is so freaking long, and he could probably find the chin on a shorter guy in Azamat. But I think Azamat is just so clean with his combos, with his boxing. I think he can crash and blitz and find a nice combo down the center. And, I know I sound like, crazy for talking like this, but I feel like Brenson's just very hittable. And I feel like if Murzakanov just hits him with something nice, clean down the pipe or in the combo with something he's not prepared for, a check left hook or something like that, I think he could really hurt this guy. I'm not touching this fight. Someone's getting KO'd, so but I definitely think Azmat is gonna probably KO him. He has the wins over Alonzo Manifield, Dustin Jacoby, Devin Clark, Tefon Nichukwi. Like he has good wins. Ribeiro is I love the guy. Well, I don't love the guy, but like I like the guy. He's a good dude, but uh, 17-7. He got TKO by Ming Yang Zhang. Beat by Magomed Gadzhizulov. Like I think Azamat Murzakanov has a few paths to victory here. I think his striking is going to be pretty good for him here. I think Azamat wins this fight by TKO though. I'm just gonna pass altogether betting wise though. Big pass betting wise. Moving on, we have we have Joshua Van taking on Bruno Silva. I think Bruno Silva is probably the side value wise, but I just think Josh Van beats him. I think Josh Van is gonna do what Silva's last opponent did, and I know Cap illegally hit him low, but I think Van's got good body work, and I think he can get him out of there. I think Bruno Silva has this isn't the first time he's lost this way. I think, yeah, he's got TKO before. I think Van is very dangerous. I think he could find a finish. I don't think he's submitting Bruno Silva as being Bruno Silva's a black belt, but I do think Joshua Van has a potential TKO path to victory. I'm gonna go with Josh Van here. It's a close fight, closer fight than the odds are making it seem, but I'm definitely gonna go with Josh Van here. He's riding momentum. He's a young, hungry prospect. How old is? I should have probably checked that while I was in there. How old is he's 35, so it's like he's near the end of his prime. Because the little guys have a quicker, shorter window as far as prime goes. I think Bruno Silva probably loses this fight, but I wouldn't be shocked to see him, show the young guns some levels. So we'll see. I think Joshua Van's already passed that test. I think he's a really good fighter. We'll see if Josh Van can get by someone who is also pretty good at uppercuts, who also is around his height, who's also pretty good at boxing and grappling. So we'll see. I gotta go to Josh Van though. Youth. Moving on. Vicente Luque versus Kevin Holland. I gotta go with. Oh my God, this is a tricky one. Um, Let me see what I got. I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna go with Vicente Luque, but I'm not confident. I think Holland is probably likely gonna KO him, and especially with the brain bleed, I can't trust him on the feet. One good shot, he probably curls up in a ball. Holland is very, very dangerous. He's very, very rangy. He's big for the weight class. I think Vicente Luque has the grappling upside, and then again, my rule comes into effect here. I feel like the front chokes are gonna be there. I feel like he's gonna submit a Holland if he gets to one of those positions. But I don't know. Holland's looked pretty good in his last fight. I think Holland's going to, you know, play good defense. And I think Luque's inability to offensively wrestle is going to be his downfall here. I think Holland is probably. Oh man, I'm talking myself into a Holland prediction. I think Holland wins. Or I don't know. I'm torn. There's a few fights in this card I'm torn with. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with Holland. But I have no interest in betting this fight. Absolutely no interest. Absolutely none. And yeah, moving on. I got Kevin Holland here I got Kevin Holland by TKO because of the brain bleeds. Moving on. Very, very hard fight to call. Moving on, we have Mario Bautista versus Patchy Mix. Now, I am a big fan of Patchy Mix. I think he is a very, very, very skilled bantamweight. I just worry about his inability to box. He's very hittable, and his wrestling isn't amazing. Like it's his grappling is phenomenal, but his wrestling isn't amazing. And if your wrestling isn't amazing against Mario, who's very physical, clearly on the sauce, and can scramble, all this good stuff, good grappling. I worry that he's gonna be left with no option but to strike with Mario. And if you're left to strike with Mario, I'm not saying Patchy can't strike. He can. He has a KO win, but that knee was against a shorter guy. Who knows how that fight would have played out longer. I think Mario's around his height, if not a little, maybe a little bigger. The guy's an absolute stud. I did not like his performance against my boy Aldo, but you gotta do what you gotta do to win against Aldo, I guess. I mean, Eamon didn't need to do that, but it is what it is. I think Mario Batista, I think he wins this fight, honestly. I'm not confident, but I think the odds are a bit crazy. I think Mario should probably be the favorite, if not Pick'ems. I get it, Patchy's a big name, but I don't know. Big pass for me as far as props. I don't know what to make of this fight for props, so I think Mario wins the fight though. I'm not confident. Don't quote me on it. Don't go running to your friends. Oh, dissection, pick Mario. Even if I win, don't go tell him because I'm not confident. And I think Patchy's a really good fighter and could win this fight. This is one of those fights that people will look either really smart or really stupid picking. So I'm prepared for both. If this goes to a split decision, even better, because that means it just proves my point how close this fight is. But anyways, I got Mario by decision. Moving on, Calvin Gastelum versus Joe Bodybags Pyfer. Calvin Gastelum, I think he loses this fight. I think Pyfer is gonna be too big. He's gonna hit too hard. He's got too good of grappling. I think he's probably gonna get a club and sub, if not just a sub. I think his grappling is better than Calvin's. I think he is also more young, so not by much. Calvin's only 33. I don't know. I just think Joe's probably not. I think he pulled out of his last fight because of the elevation. I don't know, but he said it was the Mexican food. I don't know. I would like to see Calvin win the fight, but I do think Joe's probably gonna win. So I'm gonna go Joe inside the distance, but I'm not confident enough to play it. I try to stay away from the bigger boys, and yeah, I think Pyfer probably wins, but go Gastelum. Let's see if you can pull it off. This is definitely a uphill battle for Gastelum. Pyfer, he is who the company wants to win. Pyfer is apparently healthy this time, so I don't know. I just see this being a bad night for Calvin, so I'm gonna go Joe Pyfer inside the distance. Moving on, we have Kayla Harrison versus Juliana Pena. I think Kayla Harrison probably wins. I think Kayla Harrison wins because Juliana Pena can be taken down. Although her ability to scramble and get back to her feet is pretty good. She's not very athletic, but she makes up for it in effort and heart, cardio. I think she's gonna push the pace on Kayla, work elbows off bottom. She's gonna be looking to do things constantly. I just don't know if it's gonna be enough because Kayla is an absolute freak. She's been 5 rounds before. Um, it's not like Juliana Pena's this big knockout puncher. She's just gonna out volume Kayla, make it a dogfight. I think Kayla is decent with her footwork. She's gonna look to evade, land her little kicks at range. I don't know. It's on the feet. It should be Juliana, but I don't. It's women's MMA. I'm gonna just. I know Kayla is maybe people try to make say she's something not a woman, but I don't know. I like Kayla a lot. I think she's sick, so I think Kayla wins this fight. I don't get all the flack she takes. Is she on steroids? I don't know. All I know is she is a beast. She is awesome, and I do think she's gonna win. I've also met Juliana. She's awesome too, but I think Kayla's just. I think she's the champ right now. We'll see if that comes to fruition. And new a -600. That's kind of crazy if you ask me. Um, I think the way to play it is Kayla. I don't even think you can play Kayla free. I guess you could just hope for a good line on Juliana Pena live if you can find one. If Kayla looks like she's slowing down. Other than that, yeah, I would definitely not go running to play this fight. This is a fight that you'd probably want to skip betting wise. But yeah, I gotta go with Kayla Harrison by decision. I don't think Pena is easily finishable, and I think Kayla Harrison, although Valentina got an armbar, Nunez almost got a TKO. I think Harrison could finish her. I just don't think she's going to. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she does finish her, but I think Harrison wins regardless. So moving on, we have Merab Dvalishvili taking on Sugar Sean O'Malley. I think I gotta go with Merab Dvalishvili. I think Sean O'Malley has a really good chance this fight. I think Merab should be like 1.6, 1.7. But man, I don't know. I think Merab is just a tenacious animal that's not going to stop coming at O'Malley. I think he's going to bring a pace. I know O'Malley's going to be prepared for it. He said this time he's done all the work he's needed to in camp, stopped doing the things he needed to in camp. I don't know. I think O'Malley's going to come in more hungry this time, better. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. Marab is such a tricky puzzle to solve with his pace, pressure, mix of takedowns, level change into punches. He's constantly screwing with your brain, making you work. Like the guy's an absolute tank, and I don't know. I could see this fight getting pretty similar to the last fight. If not more dominant, maybe even a submission from Marab. I don't think it's going to be a TKO. Sean O'Malley, if he wins, it's going to be a TKO. I can't see him getting a submission. But yeah, I don't know. I gotta go with I gotta go with Marab. I think Marab is the best bantamweight in the world right now. I think obviously I hear stories that Patchy beats him in the training room, probably because styles make fights. You know, if Marab chose to stand on the feet, maybe it would be closer. I don't know. I don't never seen these guys spar. All I know is this matchup. Sean O'Malley is not a great matchup due to the fact that O'Malley's grappling is not on the level of some of these other guys. His cardio is not terrible. It's not great. He showed he could push in that last fifth round. Like, I'm impressed with O'Malley. He can win this fight. He definitely can. He hurt Merab in the fifth round of the body. He could definitely hurt Merab in this fight as well. So I got to go with Merab here, but it's a closer fight than the odds are making it seem. And I wouldn't be surprised to see O'Malley get it done again, or not again. Sorry, to get it done by KO. Yeah, guys, moving on. We got top five most confident picks. Number one, I think we have Josh Van. Number two, Joe Bodybags Pyfer. Number three, Rob Dvalishvili. Number four, Murzakanov. Number five, Kong Wang. Alrighty, guys, like, subscribe. You know the drill. We'll catch you next time. Those top five, all the predictions are not final. Check the Discord link below. That will be where all the plays are final. I'll catch you guys next week. Much love, like, subscribe, you know the drill. Catch you next time. Peace.